Hello Scorpio, and thank you so much for joining me for the June of 2021 Taroscope. This is Vickieverlie, the rock and roll prophetess. I have over 30 years of professional experience with tarot and astrology, and I do channeling and all sorts of other cool stuff, including making decks, which we're going to use today. First of all, we're going to use the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, my own creation. Then we're going to pull a card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle card and get your Animal Totem card for the month. If you're a level 2 Patreon supporter, there's going to be 3 additional cards pulled from the Luna Soul Tarot. It's a pretty cool deck. Alright, so these cards have been thoroughly shuffled, and we're going to get a loose shuffle and let Spirit Guides and Angels pull the card that is right for you. This is for Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising, and Scorpio Moon. If it doesn't resonate, then please do check out the other, your Sun, Rising, or Moon sign. There's a lot of astrology going on. We're going to get into that in a minute. But first of all, I want to also mention, look at these cards. If any of the words stand out to you, that's how you can get information from your own spirit guides and get a personal message out of this general reading. Look at those words. If you see one standing out, even if it looks like it says something other than it does, that's the way of the world. I'm out of key. That's an old song. That's the way of the world. Sometimes a lot of times I get music and songs that come through, so that's, and I am a musician, so there's that rock and roll factored in there. But anyways, let's take a look. Well, first of all, there's so much going on in astrology. Let me just briefly go over that. So first of all, first thing that's going on, we're going to have an eclipse on June 10th, so that's huge. You know, a new moon eclipse in the sign of Gemini. And then we're going to have the solstice, which is always huge every year. The solstice really just kicks off that new beginning, that new season. It's the ingress, it's the new season, and it really sets the tone and sets the energy and just shifts the entire energy all over the entire globe. So it's a time to really get in on that vibe and really go for it and really get in. It's a very powerful time for manifesting whatever you're trying to manifest, especially this one because you're Scorpio and it's in the sign of Cancer, so that's a trine. It's also a fellow water sign. So this is one of the more powerful ones for you. Alright, let's start getting into these cards now. We've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. So something is coming back to you that's been taken away. And then it's followed up with the Justice card. So, I mean, you may have, some of you may be like going to court or something and saying, you know, you're going to pay me my money or whatever, and they're gonna have to give back what, you know, was taken away or something like that. But for others, it could just be a lot of things. Maybe if you've been out of work, you're going to sign a contract for some work or a job or something. Some of you, it's going to involve some kind of traveling or something. You may buy, you know, lease a timeshare, or if you're a musician, you may be going on the road, or anybody else who travels on the road. I know I always go to, you know, musicians go on the road, but lots of people go on the road, you know, different performing type of arts, you know, sports teams even, you know, you may be hitting the road where that may have been missing for a while because of the COVID shutdowns. They're saying you're gonna take you a minute to get your sea legs back. It's been a while. It definitely has been a while. And it's a little bit like unstable, but that's going to change soon. You know, you're quickly going to acclimate, and it's going to be, you know, right on cool and everything. Chariot is here. I mean, you could be traveling, but Chariot is the highest success card in the whole deck. And then that roll is standing out to me. Excuse me 1 second, guys. And that roll is like on a roll. That's what I'm feeling like. You're on a roll. And the Wheel of Fortune is here too. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, I always say I didn't put it on the cover of my deck for no reason. You know. But this is on the cover of my Rock and Roll Tarot deck, is the Wheel of Fortune, because it attracts positive energy. It's fate, it's destiny, it's the Fortuna. You know, it's attracting favorable, positive vibrations and energy. So things are turning about for you this month with these eclipses, I think, too, and bringing to an end a long-standing area of struggle or a long-standing area of disagreements or fighting or something like that. Got the Ace of Cups down here with the King of Cups. Now the King of Cups could totally be you. I mean, that is the water sign person. So that's the Scorpio, the Cancer, or the Pisces. But with Ace of Cups, you know, it could be, you know, you might be getting involved romantically or otherwise. It could be a creative venture. It could be a romantic adventure. But there's a new beginning in love, or a new beginning in creativity, or a new beginning in positivity. and the King of Cups is heavily involved in it. King of Cups, again, water signs, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. The King of Cups often does represent somebody that you do have an emotional involvement with, because the cups are those emotion cards, right? If that is the case, another thing about the King of Cups is that he is the king. I'm seeing that Sublime. Is Sublime touring this year? Or are they even still together? I don't even know. I'm not that hugely into Sublime. I mean, they're good. I think I've seen them a couple times, but because some of you, if Sublime, yeah, are they touring? Because some of you might meet somebody at the concert or something. I'm thinking. I mean, there they are. Oh, they're reggae and ska. Yeah, that's why I'm not that into. Well, whatever. I'm not. It is what it is. Let me put tour dates. See if they're touring, because a lot of people are bands are starting to tour again too. Sublime Tour 2021, full tickets schedule. Let me just make sure that's not just some old thing. No, they're touring. They are touring all over the U.S. Yeah, they're touring all summer long. They're going to be all through October. They're touring. So somebody out there. So if you're a fan and they're coming to your town. And I'm hearing that We're American Band. We're coming to your town. We're gonna party it down. We're an American band. That's the first song I ever learned on the drums. Cowbell, baby. Yeah, but some of these, that's not for everybody, of course, but a lot of that Sublime, it's on the top of the car there, just really stood out to me there for a minute. I was picking up about the band touring over here. The Three of Rods is in the middle of this whole thing, though. And the Three of Rods is a card about being real successful, about really getting something that you've been really wanting for, and you could finally see it. It's finally happening. I mean, this has been something that you've been waiting on for quite a while for many of you. I want to say it's been like 7. I'm getting 7. Yeah, we got a 7 up here, and the Chariot is a 7. So you could be waiting for 7 years, 7 months, I mean, a long time. And sometimes maybe it's this, could be this eclipse, it could be this, the solstice kind of kicks things into high gear, or kind of moves things around for you or something like that. For others of you, you might encounter this person while traveling too. That's another, definite possibility for some of you out there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our animal totem. Real quickly, I wanted to mention real quick, talking about that solstice. I offer these solstice readings, these quarterly readings, and the solstice. They're always very popular. It's a look into the upcoming season, personally how it affects you and your planets. It's a psychic astrology reading, and we also do an animal totem. It'll be available only till the end of this month, so if you want to get in on that, you can find the description and the information below. But let's go ahead and get our Scorpio animal totem for June. They're singing some other songs, but I'm not quite picking them up. Hangman. Well, it's not Hangman, it's a possum. Possum is like the hangman, Let me read what I wrote initially. Dreamer of dreams, seer of visions. Pause. Create space for enlightenment. Breathe. Keep your plans and ideas private. Know when to assert and when to play dead. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be, I said this for somebody else. There was something about keeping your plans and ideas in private. But Scorpio, that's you all day anyway. Scorpios, unless you're afflicted, with some kind of air sign stuff, you play your cards close to the vest anyway. You're not running around blabbing out everything. The thing about the possum, though, it's nocturnal. That's what's coming through for me, like this dark nights. And we're having these lunar events. We're having the lunar eclipse, or we're having a solar eclipse, but then we're having, there's going to be the full moon. The full moon will be on the 24th. So it could have something to do with that full moon for you guys. The possum is a very beneficial animal, too. And I feel like people don't think they are. People see possums like, it's a possum, they're so ugly. But possums are super cool. I've come to know this over the last several years. I've always had possums in my garage and around here. And I always freak out when I see them. My dog's killed a few, which I didn't want him to kill them, but he just does that. But possums are really, really cool, and they're really beneficial. So something that maybe scares you, or something that you thought was, ooh, yuck. Or maybe you don't like Sublime. Ooh, I'm not going to the Sublime show. I don't like that band. Whatever, you know. I'm just joking, of course. But, you know, something else that that you maybe weren't attracted to or didn't think you liked or didn't think, you know, was a good thing could really turn out to be something really beneficial to you. Maybe it's a destiny. It is a destiny. All right, we're going to get into doing these bonus readings for our patrons, people. Before I go, I really want to show you guys really quick. I'm so excited about this. I ordered some samples of my journals that I've done, and they're so cool. They're nice and big. They're 8 by 10. The journals have lined pages. I actually redid this, though, to be more like a notebook page. So when this video airs, it'll have a different interior, but the covers will all be the same. And so I have these various styles, and then I have like the sketchbook journals. These are journals with lines in them. The sketchbook journals, they're just blank, so you can make these into sketchbooks too, those kind of journals. And then this one, there's several different kinds. I mean, it's cool art by itself, and I have finished Hamza ones too. But I thought it might be fun for some people if you want to just like draw on the Hamza, right on the notebook, you know, right on the sketchbook journal. I also have those Hamza class and those other spiritual painting classes available if you want to learn how to make the Hamza and go on a spiritual journey at the same time, and those are available. And I also, if any musicians, I know I have a lot of musicians who watch my thing. If you're still using the old score thing, you have a kid who's learning music and needs the old staff paper score thing, I have a whole bunch of series of these. And what this is the letters are, the notes are assigned to letters. Well, the A is still the A, you know, but the ones that it was developed by Johann Sebastian Bach, actually, and it's a really cool system. So I went through, and this one is piano, of course, and it's staff paper, you know. And then I have all kinds of different instruments, and mostly like band instruments. There's a guitar one, but like, you know, but it's like oboes and trumpets and stuff. So it's for kids, probably more geared towards kids who are in orchestra and stuff like that. So if you have kids that are in orchestra, check that out too if that interests you. So every little bit helps, and everything that you guys do to help me and support me in this channel is really appreciated, including like just liking and sharing and subscribing so that YouTube, and commenting so that YouTube gets me back in the algorithm, because I am the original. I was the first one to ever do this. I kind of invented this genre, I really did. I was the first one to ever do the monthly readings. And it seems lately I'm just getting buried in the mix. So I'd appreciate anything you can do to, you know, kind of get me back in the mix. And I really appreciate everything that you've done so far. So many of you have really helped me all the way through, including through Patreon. So if you want to get in on this Patreon reading, or any of the other readings that I'm offering, or any of the stuff, you can find that all in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in and being part of this. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and have the best month ever. Don't forget about the eclipse and the solstice. Powerful, powerful energy. We'll see you again next time.